Hello, I'm here for my Sunday Live and I have got a special guest with me. I've got my downline Liz. For those who are regularly with me on the Facebook Live, Liz is frequently comments, so this is Liz in the flesh, so she's come to join me. I can see. Hey Kim, how are you? There's Maggie. Hello. I am going to be making with the Everything is Rosy again. I am loving this. It's the medley bundle that is out at the moment, but I've got some alternative colours for you and hopefully you'll like them. Evening. Hello, hello. Oh, Kim says having a lazy evening sounds lovely. I put a picture up on my own page on my main Facebook earlier. My cat Molly was having a lovely sleep. I was very jealous. She was tucked up on a pillow having a Sunday afternoon snooze. So yes. How are we all? Are we enjoying the bank? It's not the nicest bank holiday weekend, but not complaining. It's nice just to be off, isn't it? So, right, I am going to flip the camera over and get making. I don't know whether to share with you what I think I'm going to keep it a surprise what I'm making rather than share. Those that were at class have seen the card. Oh, it's Liz.
Oh, hello.
Kim said, who's that beside you? I didn't catch. It's Liz.
Learning
right,
the ropes.
Learning the ropes on Facebook Live. Right, I'm going to turn this over. And so I've got you focused in there. Just about. So that was my preparation for this evening. So it's going well. Been around at my mum and dad's having a lovely roast dinner. The best way to spend a Sunday, eh? Right, the front of the card, I'm just gonna, that'll be a base. So 4 by 14.5. So that's the card front. And the colours I'm going to be using are Night of Navy, Granny, I've got most of them here, Granny Apple Green, Banana, Crushed Curry, and and flowers. So see these colours here, they look a bit familiar. So that is where I got my inspiration from, right from the grid on the table. So you'll get to see it kind of come together. So the navy and the melon mambo is lovely, but I've been playing around with this in different kind of colourways. Because once the consumables from this kit are gone, you're then left with the dies and the stamps. So I'm going to colour these. The navy, and then Coastal Cabana. Jacqueline says, so you have a plan today? I do. I know. How unusual. This was one of the cards that I made at class on Saturday, yesterday. And it was the lady, a few of the ladies had said this was their favourite one. So I thought I would share it with you. Right. So we're just randomly building up the stamps. And I think when you're doing the corner pieces, it's just turning the leaves around so they come in different directions. And the Calypso Coral. doesn't really matter which order you do these in, you're just going to layer up. So is Annie, Christine says, I love this medley. Isn't it gorgeous? Isn't it gorgeous? And I did a Facebook Live on Friday with you all for the medley as well. And I am a huge fan of anything flowers. So this was right up my street, especially being navy and pink. I'm going to just kind of over. Right, I think we're nearly there with those bits. Then I want the crushed curry. Carrie said, I didn't want the medley until I saw your live. I know. Sorry. We were, when we were on stage, we had a sort of a fun game going around the table, and we had to think of a name for people on our table that was like a colour way. So we had like Lovely Liz, or, you know, Gorgeous Gemma or whatever. So you had the names, and it got to me, and they decided that my name would be Emma the Enabler. So yeah, sorry about that. Right, crushed curry in the middle. Some of this is going to be covered by the frame, but that's okay. That's going to be there. And then so I've got Stampin' Right markers, so I will hey Susan, it's not Michaela with me, it's my lovely downline Liz, and she's come to check out what a Facebook Live is all about from this side of the camera, so that's really fun. The Granny Apple Green is just giving you a little bit of shading, but what I've done is I've actually used the Old Olive, because you get the darker shading. Oh, Danessa says, I've got you trying to get caught up on the laundry. Great, that's brilliant. But I can't miss a thing, so I'm on the big screen. Not so great. How big is the screen? I'm glad I'm not there.
Does it show wrinkles?
Yeah, is it HD? Right, so I have the flicking of the leaves there. And you can do this with any stamps with the Stampin' Right markers. They are good because the colours all tone in. Just gives it a different look. And then I have pre-cut a frame. Lorraine says, I love your colour combo. Not my inspiration, but totally taken from the Stampin' Up flowers and kind of corporate colours, so love those. Right, this frame's going to pop up here, and I'm just going to put some dimensionals. I want them a bit thinner. Plus I can be frugal with my dimensionals, so I'm cutting them in half. And one there. And then also use the edges up. Use every last bit. And just make sure I've got enough so the frame doesn't go wobbly. I think that's probably okay. Just put one down in the corner. Kim says I can only get sound when I put the telly on. Oh no, I feel I'm on everybody's telly. No. Right, let's peel these off. Yeah. I've got a zoomed in crafting. Perfect. Right, they are coming off. Let's get those. So oh, that's so sweet, Pam. I never watch every week. I'll pass it through the screen to you. I literally was sat here thinking, oh, which colours shall I use? And I was looking at my ink pads, and I looked at this and I thought, yep, I'm going to use these colours. So, right. Flowers for popping up on the top. I'm just going to do the same again. So let's just pop that to one side. I want a couple of navy and a couple of the Coastal Cabana leaves and a couple of the Granny Apple, and then just put the flicks on those. And just give the extra shading. Like giving it little ticks. And just gives it those flicks. And the yellow. So we want the crushed curry. So the dots are just a few, but I've just kept adding them to build up the centre to fill that space. That's those, and then pop them out the way so that they don't get my wrist put in them. And I'll just grab the big shot and the dies, which are somewhere. So I've got those, and these. I can do 3 of these at once, hopefully. I think about this. Right, if I do this set of leaves and this one, I'll eventually find the right spot. There we go. And then the leaves on that side, and then I can do the opposite 3 in a minute. That's those. I'll wind them through. Try and put I'll put them just at the top of my mat so that when I move the picture out of the way I won't have lost them. My usual trick. And that one. Oh, nearly. Concentration to line them up. I think this kind of frame and stuff would look really pretty on a scrapbook album as well. These. Right, with those. The dies back in the packet. So I've got them. Oh, and then let's see. Isn't it gorgeous in these colours, Susan? I feel like I'm going to have these ink pads just out on my desk permanently. I think they're really nice. Right, let's glue these together. So I just put a little bit of glue on the back, and then I pop the leaves. Just get my pokey. So I put the leaves on, and then can sort of hold them together with the dimensionals. So that just holds them in place a little bit more. And then tuck that onto the corner of the frame. I haven't stamped my sentiment actually, I've just realised. So I'm going to use, I had a happy birthday on it. It totally does. That's exactly where I got the colours from. I sat here, I was like, right, corner, grid sheet. It was just absolutely lifted off that. Is that going to be too big? I don't know. I will go with it. So this sentiment is from the Abstract Impressions set, and it just says kindness changes everything. But you could of course put any sentiment on this. So doesn't look like I've actually put ink to this stamp yet, so I'm just going to stamp it out on the mat to make sure it goes. Otherwise there'll be some very, very creative flower arranging on this card. Let's go in the middle. Nice. Phew, it's gone down. I love that sentiment. All right. And it's nice and big as well. Blue flower. So these I want that kind of coming out to the side that way, I think. Just being a bit more strategic in where I place those. The first one can kind of go anywhere and then you can work around it, but that one I need to not cover up the words I've just put down. I've got a couple of dimensions. And then, oh look, see, as she plonks the leaf right over the words. We'll just give that a pull round, it's fine. We'll just do a bit of flower arranging. There we go. It's fine. No one will ever know. Liz is giggling away as I'm yanking the flowers into position. All right, tuck that under there. And then I've got a little tiny blob, which is just going to be hidden with a pretty sequin. So I've got offcuts of these and the Calypso Coral stamp blend. So this is the dark Calypso Coral. And 5's maybe too many, but I can use them on other cards. And I'll have one right there when I've got a blob of blue. So most of the sequins will change up into any kind of colour that you want, but obviously I'm just going petal pink to Calypso Coral, so it's quite an easy move to make that go that colour. Look at that, it's not sticking. Glue dot to the rescue. That'll go on there. And I will use the 5. There we are. Isn't it pretty? Liz is there like trying not to laugh. It's fine. You can laugh. Right, we need to put this on a base. I've got white, but we could also go navy or Coastal Cabana. Liz is saying Coastal Cabana. Coastal. I've got Coastal Cabana. That's pretty, isn't it? Should we go Coastal Cabana? Oh, I colour my... Hannah says, great tip. Never thought of colouring my sequins. I colour them so much. Those basic sequins come in... I've got little strips like left over. But they come in quite neutral colours. They're like a white pearly, a green, a grey and a light pink. But those white ones you could change up to absolutely any colour. And then most of those light colours will change up to a good number of the darker colours without looking too strange. Right, let's put that on a base. And I've got that one. Ooh. And pop that on there. And although Liz hasn't said it out loud, I did notice her comment go by on the screen and it hasn't gone unnoticed. I'm going to put some twine on it. The twine is coming out. Yeah. I'm going to put a little bow on. And that is going to just sit on the corner. So let's do that. Let's tuck it under there. Oh. So that little bow can just sit tucked under the leaves. There we go. Oh, Kim, you're so sweet. Kim says, I want to be you when I grow up. Aww. That's very sweet. Thank you. I will take a photograph of this tomorrow because it's bank holiday Monday tomorrow. Whoop, whoop. Yeah. So I'll be able to photograph this and I will get it up on my blog. So that's the one that I've done on the Coastal Cabana background, and that was it on white as a birthday card. Totally casing the grid sheet, even the fact that it's in the corners. So there we go. That's the... Oops. That's the card there with the two corners. So there you go. I may or may not be back for my Facebook Live next week because next Sunday, if my calculations are correct, is the 12th. And the 12th of May is my birthday. So I will probably try and pre-record something to put something out on my page. Depends what we have going on. I may end up popping up live. We'll see. See how the week and day goes. For those who I am seeing on Tuesday, I will see you at Class Tuesday, and for those I may be seeing you at my all-day event on Friday. I'm really excited and looking forward to that. A whole day of crafting. I cannot wait. So really looking forward to that. And I will be back live or back with a video on Sunday to everyone else. Otherwise, I'll see you the following week. Thank you everyone for joining me live, and thank you for everyone on the replay. I hope you've enjoyed the cards. I'll see you next week.